Nice little inhale. And we can all collectively exhale. Pittsburgh Steelers taking care of business tonight. 29-24 versus the Detroit Lions on the road, moving to 9-6. How we feeling? How we feeling, panel? I mean, obviously we got TaNeisha here at Really Flawed, and of course, Mr. Mark Bergin in that beautiful polo sweater looking sharp. And that's, of course, the WRAL Channel 5 producer in Raleigh, North Carolina. You know, I'm just over here slumming it. What they say, we don't worry about nameless great faces. It is what it is. Ladies first, though. Ladies first. TaNeisha, how we doing on this here victory Sunday night now? What's the word? What's the word?
I'm like, like that's how I feel. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a great game! What a great finish! What a great game! Like all of it, I had like, yes, thank you. And I always say, survive, win, we'll fix all the other stuff later. And we survived and we won, and now all the other stuff is coming in. So I'm fired up. Shout out to Coach Tomlin for never having a losing season again this year. I'll start there. Anyways, Mark, what do you think?
I'm off the top rope.
I had to change shirts in advance of this recording because of how crazy that finish was. Bears and 49ers fans are doing cartwheels at the time of this recording because they are both in the playoffs with Detroit's loss. That final play between Steelers and Lions is a microcosm of the whole season. And the whole season has just been absolutely crazy.
What do you think, Moats?
Well, y'all know I'm the janky retired guy. I loved every second of it. I don't run away from it. I love games like that. I want teams to fight back. Miami was cool, but it was boring. It's like, yo, fight back. Fight back. Make it interesting. Make me have my playmakers have to make plays. And we did. Make my coaches have to make adjustments. And they did. Make my team have to stand up in the face of adversity when you fumble, when you miss a kick, when you have penalties, when you have injuries. And they answered check, 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 check. And it was even so exciting from my perspective because a lot of people were very fearful of the Lions coming into this matchup and their rushing attack and the time possession too. So I just figured, we can start there if y'all wanted to. How'd y'all feel about this rush defense or this rush offense?
Excuse me? I will do the rush. I'll do the rush defense. I will let Mark take care of time of possession. That is his baby. He can own it. So I'll let you got that one, Mark. Yes. Okay. There was a moment in the game. I think I said last week. I was like, "Are we close?" And Mark, you were like, "I don't know. It's the Dolphins. I don't really know." Today, I was like, "No, I think this is the moment where it just looks like it's working together." It's like we knew what their plan was, and we were like, "Great, we have a plan for that too." And then they tried a different plan. We were like, "Okay, that's cool. We have a plan for that as well." And then guys got hurt. And then the new guy came in and he also knew what the plan was. And it was just like everything, all my concerns at the beginning of the season where I was like, do we know what we're doing? Are we lost? Are we confused? This game, I was like, we ain't lost. We might be a little tired, but we're not lost and we're not confused. And so I was like, all right. And I expect them to be tired. I mean, I got it. But I was very impressed by the way the defense held the Lions. What was it? 16? What was it? Rushing yards? 15. What was it?
I'll get it real quick. They had a total of, let me close this out. Okay, here we go. Now I got us. All right. 12 carries for 15 yards for 1.3 yard per carry with a long of 17. Oof. Yeah.
Like fantastic. If you would have told somebody coming into this game, the Steelers would have been able to do that. They would have bet you any amount of anything in life and been like, oh, yeah, I'll take that bet any day of the week. Shout out to the Steelers defense. Great job. Great job for them. And I thought they set the tone. And I won't even talk about that fourth quarter or that third quarter because Mark is about to talk about it because he's with time in possession. But great job by this defense. Showing up, ready to go from kickoff. 3 and out to start the game? Yes. I loved it. I loved it.
And it was funny, as you talk about the 3 and out to start the game, me and you, when we were doing victory formation, we talked about, was it Chris DMV had put in the stats about the teams with more 3 and outs, and the Lions were one of those teams.
Lions, yeah.
And that still held true when you watched how they were playing them today. We were able to make them get off that field multiple times with 3 and outs. I mean, they had a lot of times where it was like their offense couldn't get out their own way.
Right.
But what was your thoughts on that, though, Mark, from a defensive standpoint, man?
266 yards rushing for the Steelers. Jalen Warren with the career high on the ground. He had 2 45-yard touchdown runs. And we talk about time of possession. Steelers had the ball for more than 34 minutes in this one. The Lions just under 26 minutes. I look at the third quarter specifically. When the Steelers offense was out on the field, I think it was for more than 14 minutes in the third quarter. And it was like defense is on the sideline chilling. The defense gets the stop late in the game in the fourth quarter. I'm almost of the thought process. I'm not even going to say almost. Let me backtrack here. I think the game should have been put away earlier, if not for, the Lions, you credit them for coming back, but it's like if Chuck Clark catches an interception, if Y.A. Black catches an interception, if Aaron Rodgers connects downfield with MVS on a deep ball that was catchable but just a little bit out of his reach, the play could have been made, but it would have been a tough grab to make. And then also the DK Metcalf touchdown pass as well that got called back for offensive pass interference against Darnell Washington. You could have called DJ Reed for pass interference on that play as well because he was grabbing DK Metcalf. And I'm also forgetting about Darnell Washington's fumble in the red zone as well. So I'm almost of the thought process. Again, not even almost. I am of the thought process. This should have been a more lopsided victory in Pittsburgh's favor. Thankfully, they hang on because if not, man, I would have been hot. It was way too close in the game. The reason why I'm wearing the cashmere sweater right now, Arthur, is because I had to change shirts before this recording.
Were you nervous, Mark? It sounded like you need a dog over there, Mark. You was nervous, man. Come on, nervous. Baby. Don't be nervous like that. You bringing up all these, but that. Don't be nervous like that, Mark. Come on, man. We responded every time, if you think about it, right? And I think that's the beauty of this team right now, the way that they're playing complementary football. Mm-hmm. And once again, it's another opponent who, coming into the game, the talk of the town was what they were going to do to us, how great they were, all these other positives. And now it's, man, shoot, we should have done it. It was like, no, come on, baby. We had to go in there and do what we had to do. That was a very tough team, a team that never says die, a team that always goes for it on fourth down. They embodied what their coach is. I didn't think that this was going to be an easy game in the sense of they would just go away. That's the Detroit Lions, man. That's how they play.
Lions.
That's how they play, man. It's like, you're going to have to keep making plays. And if you don't, they're going to keep making plays. And you saw that. And I thought that was one of the things that was really impressive to me was because of how we just kept responding. Anybody can make a play or two when it's easy out there when you're up. But when it's nut crunching time, right? When it's, hey, man, we getting down to the back end of this thing and you got to make plays. Heck, that fourth quarter drive, that 1 minute left in the game drive. Mm-hmm. How many people were ready to just unplug it because it's too scary, the thought of it? You got to live for that moment.
Arthur,
you live for that moment, baby.
I hear you. The penalties, though, because you had downfield passer. Was it a pass interference or a holding downfield? And then Alex Highsmith trip of Goff as well.
Yeah.
And then this is also compounded by the fact of all of the, this or that plays. Who knew with Chris Boswell, he has to kick 50 or beyond. If it's inside of that, that's when we're uncertain. He misses a 37-yard field goal despite the fact he made a 59-yarder with room to spare. So I was nervous on that last drive considering the penalties that helped the Lions move down the field, but just how that fourth quarter was playing out for Pittsburgh where they played maybe as dominant a quarter as we've seen when it came to the third quarter, when it came to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, it was seriously a big part of that is they just held on to the football for nearly the entire quarter, and it frustrated the Lions fan base to the point where they started booing. And they had the stat on the screen as well during the game with Mike Tomlin in a lead that late in the fourth quarter. I screenshotted it here. Let me pull this up.
Undefeated.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Undefeated.
It's like it almost
undefeated. So it's 100. It should be 104-0-1 if I remember correctly. Am I supposed to be nervous after watching this man do this 103 times?
Yeah, 104-0-1.
So Mark, after 103 of these times, we're supposed to be nervous? Or come on, baby. You said 103 going into 103. Oh, what?
I'm with you, Arthur. Man. How many times, though, do we see with the NFL and the refs, and Rodgers mentioned this post game. He did with the refs, where the pick play where it looked like Amon-Ra St. Brown scored the go-ahead score with like 20 seconds and some change left.
Yeah.
How many times do the refs not call that? I mean, think about that.
I'm with you on all of the how many times it doesn't happen, but me personally, I thought the referees called a good game today. I didn't hate the calls that they called. Were they bad at the time because of the impact? Sure. But when I'm watching as a player, I'm like, yeah, bro, that's a pick. Yeah, Darnell, you can't hit him like that, or you need to sell it a little bit better. It's like, yeah, I don't hate those calls. So for me, it's like, yeah, the calls, they happen. If they're in your favor, great. When they're not in your favor, you know my response, next play. And I think that that's one of the differences, just like I said, from when you're out there, you're never looking for that handoff. You're never looking for the excuse of the official. You know he could make that call in your favor, and if it is, thank the Lord. But if it doesn't, man, next play, go make a play. And I just thought that that's what this team did. Whether it was the Darnell Washington fumble, whether it was the pick play in the end zone, whether it was the pass interference on that last drive going down the field that, like you said, got them across midfield. It's like, all right, could we have said that's ticky-tack? Yeah. But at the same time, was he on him early? Yes. Did he turn him? Yes. So it's like, okay, next play. Give me the technique. Let's go. So that's how I look at those scenarios. But once again, I just think my mindset is never what could go wrong. It's, all right, whatever has happened has happened. Let's go make a play. And I just thought that this defense and this team as a whole embodied that. Warren did that on offense numerous times down the stretch. And this defense showed up down the stretch when they had to have it in a moment where if you're the Detroit Lions, that's what you want, right? You want your offense on the field in the gotta have a situation. You've already heard my stance on this numerous times this season. I want my defense out there. I want my guys to be the reason. And they held it down for me. So you know, I got a question over here, man.
I have a question for both of you on that last play. So they ruled that the touchdown would have counted if not for the fact that it was negated by the offensive pass interference. Do you think forward progress should have been called? I believe it was Joey Porter Jr. and Jalen Ramsey who prevented Amon-Ra St. Brown from getting into the end zone. Do you think that they should have called the play down before St. Brown flipped the ball and pitched it to Jared Goff?
I mean, if we want to get into that, cool. I personally didn't even care about it because when I saw the penalty, it's like, yo, that's a flag. So it's dead. That was like, that's me. So yeah, sure. You could blow it dead, or I like the fact you let to get the razzle dazzle off for the highlight. But either way, it's like, yo, that's a penalty. So that catch doesn't even happen if that penalty doesn't happen. And that's kind of how I looked at it. So it's just like, that's almost like the extra part of coming from the negative already. If it was a clean play on that, then sure. I think it's a different conversation when you're talking about the timing of it. But if you're an official also, you know what this situation is in that game. Do you, Mark, would you be the official to blow that whistle?
That was
no, Mark, would you have blown that?
I would not want to be. I would not want to
I'm saying because in the moment, right? Because in the moment, I'm like, no, you don't blow that flag. No, you don't blow that whistle in the moment. No.
That goes back to my point about the refs call, and it was the right call, thankfully. But because when Amon-Ra St. Brown scored, it was a wide open touchdown. I was like, how did he get so open?
Yes.
They called the penalty, and you saw what happened. It's like, oh, okay, live to see another down. I don't care what either of you said. I was nervous. I don't care what either of you said.
Look, trust me, Mark.
I wasn't.
Mark, you're not the only one. Listen, I have a house full of people at the crib right now. They were losing it. They were going through it. And I probably was the only person in all the Pittsburgh just like, hey, bro, we live for this. Like, I want this.
But hang
this
on,
is what we're supposed to be.
TaNeisha, what did you think, though? I want to get your perspective here, too, though, on that. That final play was crazy.
Well, I will be honest with you. I'm taking mine back to the Boz before Boz kicked the field goal. I was like, okay, so we're about to go up 8. It's 2:07 or 2:04. I was like, okay, they have one timeout left, 2-minute warning. Like, I'm already counting down. Like, okay, they need to score. Like, I'm already just adding his 3. So I'm like, I'm just moving on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about 8. So I'm like, okay, we got to kick off. Okay, that might take him a 2-minute warning. Like, I'm counting clock at that point.
Shout out.
So then he misses. And I think it actually took me a minute to realize he actually missed, because I don't even remember what the first play the Detroit Lions had was, because I was like, he missed that. So then he misses it. So then it was almost like my brain had to recompute. So now I'm watching the clock and and I'm like, I wasn't ready. So then once they get, I think it was the pass interference. I didn't think it was a pass interference. The first one on 4th down. And I was like, what a terrible call. Oh, well, like, and I'm clock watching. So then I get nervous as they get closer. So at first I'm always cool. I'm as cool as a cucumber. But once they start getting closer, I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Yak yards, like right now? Like, is this happening? So yeah, I was nervous too. I was nervous the whole time. So then I think the difference is for me though, when it happened, I am not like, well, what if I'm like, we won the game. Like the game is over. My guys didn't quit. They showed up. They were aggressive. I like listening to them after the game is over because I think it was very telling what Aaron Rodgers was talking about the refs and all that. And I think too, I've realized this season when I'm watching football, I want people to say the things that I'm thinking to make me realize what I was thinking was okay. So it's almost like, because I was thinking like, what are these refs serious? Like this is a joke, blah, blah, all the things. Aaron Rodgers basically said everything I was thinking. So I was like, oh, okay, it wasn't just me. Okay, yeah, that was crazy. That was ridiculous. Who cares? We won. Like, so I just moved on. I just let it go. I don't dissect wins. I don't dissect losses. I'm like, the game is over. We won. We are 9-6, and Mike Tomlin doesn't have a losing record. So that was like, that's it. And then once it was done, I moved on. I'm like, well, that's not my problem. So, but yes, I was nervous. The whole time they were marching, I got a little bit more nervous and a little bit more nervous and a little bit more nervous. So absolutely.
Rodgers not taking the sack before the Boswell field goal attempt was one of the few miscues we've seen from him. But that's what we talk about when it's like, oh, at the age of 42, he doesn't want to take the hits anymore. Just understanding where if he takes the sack there, it helps run the clock. It helps get to the 2-minute warning, which is, de facto timeout for Detroit. But then it also makes the field goal longer, which again, my crazy theory is that might actually help our kicker Boswell. But
I had a question for both of y'all.
Yeah.
From a timing standpoint, would you rather Rodgers took a sack, maybe hurt that wrist again?
Okay.
No.
That's another thing. That's a good thing to consider.
I actually wanted us to run the ball. I thought we would try to run the ball there.
I mean, either or.
Arthur,
I was cool with the pass play, but that was my thought process because we saw him get hit earlier and he got up slow. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to play with that. Get rid of the ball.
That's a great
I don't care about that clock.
Arthur.
My defense is going to hold me down. That's the complimentary football part of it. It's like, man, throw the ball away. Cool. Make this field goal. That was probably the one thing that kind of caught me off guard. But I'm so like wired to the whole football mindset of next play. I'm literally in this Steelers group chat, and I promise it's like everybody's going. I'm like, yo, next play. Like as soon as I don't even think the ball hit the ground yet. As soon as it don't go off, it's like, yo, next play, let's go. Like defense ride. You know what time it is. Like that's just how we wired. So it's like, who's going to make the next play, man?
I don't know about running the ball 3rd and 8, but TaNeisha, maybe that's where we save one of our Steelers plays where they throw the ball on 3rd down short of the sticks, where it's like, maybe it could work. Arthur, you got to explain this to both of us. We saw this at least twice today.
In the first half. Because they didn't do it notice they didn't do it in the second half.
So let's talk about it. I get it. Everybody wants every pass to be downfield on 3rd down. Got to be longer than the sticks. Got to be deeper than the sticks. But then when we watch Aiden Hutchinson come through and hit Rodgers 2 times, and everybody's like, hey, man, what are we doing protection? Oh, my God. You can't have it both ways. If you want to protect your quarterback from a pass rusher like that and a team that, while they're fresh, they are going to have better rushers, you get rid of the ball quick. That's what you do. Then in the second half, when those passers are a little bit more tired, now you can up the tempo. Now you can take some of those shots down the field. But if you come up with the pride and the ego of, I just got to throw it down deep because we're supposed to, and I got to hit it across the middle of the field because we're supposed to, it's like, yeah, you're going to be in a world of hurt. But this team put up 29 points, dang near 500 yards of total offense. You watch what Aaron Rodgers threw for. Look at what this rushing attack was, time possession included. And we hollering about a couple of early 3rd down short passes. Like, which one would you rather have? That's my whole thought process with it. It's like you could try to get it all at one point in the first half and it could really do you dirty, or you can allow it to build up and then you look at it at the end like, yo, this was a beautiful performance. Arthur Smith, you had a masterclass in terms of how you use Jonnu Smith, toss plays, Jalen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell. Heck, you came back to DK Metcalf after he was struggling and is about to beat up a fan, which I actually enjoyed. I'm tired of fans talking crazy. Shout out to DK. Stop playing with that man. Go play with somebody else. I don't care about the fine. I promise you I do. Because I've said this numerous times to my teammates, numerous times. When I played, I'm a big believer of sometimes you need a malice in the palace. Because fans at times forget they are fans and these are grown tail men. And DK is not the guy you play with. So if you want to play with DK, he's going to remind you every single time, I got enough checks to pay for this fine and I'm big and bad enough to give you everything you're looking for right here, right now. Go cry to somebody else about this. And DK came back in the second half and made big time plays. Heck, even on the touchdown run, he's the one doing the lead blocking.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, he's one of the best teammates out. So yeah, I side with that. I ride with that 100%. I know it's not supposed to be. You got to be professional. Hey man, fans be fans. Then shut up and go sit in the stands. There, they showed they got a video. Hey DK, all right, you want to call? All right, cool. Get what you're looking for then. So that's just how I feel about it. And it's like, yeah, man, after the fact, yeah, DK, give me some more discipline, sure. But if this is the dude that he's always been like that. Even in Seattle, DK isn't anybody that you play. What is he, mister? Stand on business, right? That's him, right? Stand on business. So why is it okay that fans can just pick what them, say what they want when it's, convenient for them? But hey, if you want to get up in his face, if you want to allow him to come over there to you like that, you want to play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's how I look at that, man. So I'm a fan of DK Metcalf. Heck, my son put the DK Metcalf jersey on and had me so happy. I was like, thank you. Thank you. I'll buy another one tomorrow. Thank you. In fact, TaNeisha, you said we won today. We got that promo code. Shout out to the promo code.
25% off. Like,
you know what, man? I'm copying another DK jersey. Just because. Standing on business. Straight up. Standing on business. Like, that's just my energy with it because this team has been talked about so crazily. These coaches have been talked about so crazy. Various points in time throughout the season, they've been doubted time and time again. Fire this guy. He sucks. This player isn't good enough. He's a bust. We paid the wrong people. Why is he here? Can we get George Pickens back? Shout out to my dog GP. Had a nice touchdown today too. But it's always so pessimistic. It's always so negative toward these guys. So it's like, nah, man. Us players, we're going to ride together. So it's like, yeah, man, we don't care about any of that other outside noise. If y'all ain't with us, you going to find out what it's like to be against us. Fans included. And that's been their energy. You've seen it ever since that Bills game. And that's how they riding. It's 3 in a row right now and they feeling sexy. And I love every bit of it. Forgive my, little bravado, but that's my dog. 192 wins now and counting. Shout out to Coach Tomlin. Would you say, TaNeisha, another non-losing season? They going and now they really going to hate this man. And Terrell Austin, homecoming. He used to be out there in Detroit too. Revenge game for him. Was he not in his bag? At least from my perspective, he was.
TaNeisha, did you notice how Arthur mentioned that it's going to be a fine and not a suspension?
Yeah. They said that on the, or maybe it was NBC. I don't know. One of the telecasts said, and something about the rule book has it where it's going to be probably a hefty fine and the suspension's not in the rule book.
It's going to be 6 figures. It'll be 6 figures.
Until we find out recording this on Sunday night, I really hope it's not a suspension. They need DK out there because, okay, he finished with 4 catches, helped the Steelers in the second half. The first half, though, Arthur, 1 catch, 6 targets, 5 yards, and punching a fan. You can't punch a fan.
Hey, but Mark, what was this? Hold on. Before we go there, Tisha, I'm pause. What was the score at halftime?
It was 10-10 because Kenneth Gainwell.
No, Mark. What was the score at halftime?
10-10, right?
Who scored right before halftime, Mark?
Pittsburgh. So what does this have to do with?
You brought up DK's first half and everything. I'm like, bro, none of that mattered because it was still 10-10 at halftime. Like, if he gets suspended, I don't want him to get suspended. Of course not. That's why I don't even think of it like that. It's like, fine him. But if he's suspended, to act as if we can't win without we won without $40 million TJ Watt. This is the second time now. It's like,
all right, but
we're not a team that is dependent on just one singular person. Do they matter?
I'm with you.
Yes.
Do
we want them? Yes.
You'd rather your money players be out there to make money plays.
Yes, and we would also rather fans support them.
He had the worst first half he had as a member of the Steelers, and it's like, we will see if it is a fine or suspension. I guess I'm of the thought process at the time of this recording, I'll be surprised if he's not suspended for at least a game. That's where I'm at.
What my man Young Thug say? Whoop-dee-doo. If he gets suspended, he gets suspended. Somebody else will step up. We seen MVS come in and make plays. You saw Adam Thielen come in and make plays. Calvin Austin. Look, man, who else? It's like, man, we hear all the reasons why they should not win. We hear all the reasons why it should not work. Heck, how many more of the what if Kate did? It's like, cool. 9-6, 192 wins, and we still first in the division in week 16 after going on the road, beating the Detroit Lions in a must-win game for the Detroit Lions.
That's fair.
Must win. It wasn't a must win for us. This was we could lose this one because what we got to focus on is Cleveland and Baltimore, right? Everybody, everybody.
This game doesn't matter.
I ain't got to say, that was the talk. That was the talk. That was the whole talk. Hey, we're going to lose this one. We're going to bounce back versus Cleveland, and it's coming down to Baltimore at the end. Everybody said that. That was the talk. So yeah, I ain't tripping on none of that. It's like, hey, line them up. Check. Do not care about any of the other nonsense. Check. Who else? Nameless gray faces, man.
For me, what I enjoyed the most, so first of all, I've been on this offense all year. It's no secret. Yeah. I've been on this offense all year from I feel like week maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't know. That's been my thing. And today, on 2 of their drives where they scored points, they overcame DK's penalty, and they overcame, what was it? Was it Jonnu's block in the back?
Yeah.
So I think it was like first and 20. So I think it was first and 20 for that one. And then it was like first and second and whatever it was, the one with DK before half. Yeah. And those are the things that at the beginning of the season, I was like, man, once we get a penalty and we start going backwards, it's so hard for us to keep moving forward. And this game, and they did it last week. I feel like they're starting to do it now, where it's starting to become a different pattern. But what I realized today is, I think what's happening is this is Aaron Rodgers getting comfortable, because the other thing I realized today is Aaron Rodgers is always ready to hike the ball. The team is not always ready to hike the ball. Aaron Rodgers is almost in this weird groove where the way he's feeling the game and seeing the game and his decision, like the things that he's doing, it's like that good game manager things that you can't teach young like I watched a lot of quarterbacks today and I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? Aaron Rodgers is just like controlling the game and controlling the offense in a way where it's like he's locked in. It's like when Steph Curry's on fire, you're just like, just let him shoot. Just let him shoot, bro. Yeah. It's fine. Like, just let him shoot. Like, whatever. And that's what I'm noticing with this offense. And when Aaron Rodgers is locked in, it's almost like everybody else around him is like, what's the call? What's the call? Okay, cool. All right, cool. And it's like, it just goes a little bit better. And so ever since after that Bills game, it was like something, I think somebody came out and said it was like a team meeting or whatever. Yeah. But it's like seeing them now and seeing them recover and seeing them go down and seeing all the negative things that can happen, seeing all the reasons why they can't be good. They shouldn't have beat Detroit in Detroit today, right? And they shouldn't have been able to keep them to 15 rushing yards. Like, we're terrible at stopping the run. Like, the Steelers defense is old and terrible. We don't have TJ Watt. And shame on Cam Hayward for still being out there and making plays and doing his thing. Like, shame on him. So it's just interesting to see us now, because it's like, it's just working. It's like certain things are just working. And even when they don't work, we have an answer. We didn't always have that in the middle of the season. I got a little weird there for a little bit, I felt like.
But you think about it, Mark called it. Mark, what did you say? Was it
December.
3 weeks ago now? You say, yo, December is coming. It's December 1st. Mark called it, man.
You did. We lost against the Bills. You were like, tomorrow is December 1st.
Come on, man. You welcome this. You were ahead of the game, Mark. Don't be afraid to be right. Don't be afraid to be the prophet, man. You called it. When everybody was fired, Coach Tomlin, everybody was booing Renegade, you were the one who showed up on the show and said, look, it's December 1st, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Have they let you down in December this year?
No, the month to unleash hell.
You called it, man.
And it's, hey, the rushing defense, it's nice to have Derek Carmen back. I think that helps a ton. And TaNeisha, you mentioned Rodgers and his grasp of this offense. It's also doing that with the left side of the line that is banged up, injured, and having to overcome that. Arthur, I do appreciate you earlier explaining why the Steelers throw short of the sticks. Yeah, Dylan Cook in his second start at the left tackle
Shout out
position.
to Dylan, man.
Going up against Aiden Hutchinson, who's a game wrecker, something that Mike Tomlin told reporters about in advance of this game, to where it's like he had some help with chips off the edge, but even if it were Broderick Jones going up against Aiden Hutchinson, I know Broderick's a first-round pick in his own right. Aiden Hutchinson's a guy I'm cool with chipping off the edge and giving some help to, given his ability to wreck games, just straight up. And so Rodgers to be able to do those things, even without starters along the offensive line, I think is huge. And TaNeisha, I know you hate the toss plays, but the toss plays was one of those touchdown runs. We know how Pittsburgh struggled to run between the tackles, but hey, Jalen Warren, you noticed it though. Both of the rushing touchdowns for Warren were to the left side.
Thank you. I was about to say, if we go talk about the young guy, we go talk about how they were, making some adjustments. Because at one point, I know Andres Pete came back in there later on, but those big runs were on the left side. It's like seeing dudes like that make those type of blocks, and then obviously Warren taking care of the business. But it's like those are some of the things that you do to offset if you got some injuries. Man, instead of always dropping, man, run that way, run at those pass rushes. Newsflash: pass rushers want to get the quarterback. They want to play pass. They don't really want to do that run. We do the run stuff, but it's like we want to get that quarterback. Make them do that nasty stuff. Make them have to run. Make them have to play the run. And it showed that, man, even though Detroit, they're a weird defense because they do have times where they are dang good, but at the same time, you can see where the injuries are affecting them the same way at times injuries have affected us. It's just for us right now, I feel like the guys that we've called upon to replace, the Kyle Douglas of the world, the Jalen Ramseys of the world, moving from safety to nickel in the middle of the game when Brandon Eccles went down. It's like, dude, we had Daryl Porter out there getting snaps. I'm like, shout out to Daryl, you just got in Detroit. Like, what? Let's ride, bro. Like that JP, it's like, man, all these different dudes just stepping up. It's like, that's the thing that's really helping us out down the stretch right now. The others, not the guy. It's no Darius Slay out there right now, right? It's no Deshaun Elliott out there right now. The guys that we were all banking on. These are guys having to step up. Chuck Clark. We're talking about Chuck Clark making one of the biggest PBUs in the game.
Yeah.
Should he have caught it?
He could catch the ball.
Right. But once again, it's like, yo, even with YA Black, I say, hey, man, why you don't catch that? Hey, I want any of y'all that thinks that's an easy pass to catch. You go out there and you drop. You go, it's called stump and drop. You stump first to draw the block, and then you drop 5 yards and you try to catch that. You tell me if it's easy to catch or not. Yeah, and look, when you do the Chuck Clark, when you break it outside in and you only got one arm, hey man, you tell me if you catch that pick or not, because those are not easy plays to make, from my perspective at least. But those are heck of a plays that were made, and that's why I'm team PBU. But when you catch the pick, he's even nicer. But to me, would we have rather Chuck Clark not have made the play, not have touched that ball? YA Black, if you don't touch that ball, what's that? Right?
Yeah, no, I don't think YA. Yeah, and that's a big boy trying to jump up and catch the ball and come down. That's a lot to ask of him. So the fact that he was there with his hands up, that's what I expect him to do. Shout out to him for that. Go ahead.
I even love the Lions. Because the call was a cool changeup. It was from Terrell Austin. Drop it.
Lions.
My bad. I didn't cut you off. My bad.
I'm saying the Lions' final drive as well. It was Chuck Clark's tackle against Jameson Williams that forced Detroit to use its final timeout. Left only 16 seconds left, and when that happened, 3rd down, 4th down, you knew Detroit was going to have to pass the football. Because they didn't have a timeout left. They couldn't potentially run the ball to try to get it closer to the end zone. So it limits Detroit's playbook. I thought that was a really big play down the stretch for the Steelers as well.
You know, another play that was very impactful from a guy that a lot of people outside of myself, because, you know, I'm team heavy on this cat. What about the tackle by Patrick Queen on that same drive? Right down there by the goal line.
Great.
That forced him to have that extra snap, right?
He's been playing
Everybody
great.
talks about his ability to tackle or not tackle, right? How he's not a good linebacker, how we wasted money on him. How many plays does this dude just keep making? Because if he doesn't make that tackle, you don't even get to the offensive pass interference at the end. That's game over. That's another dude that keeps making plays, though.
The thing about
I'm team
Patrick
PQ,
Queen,
y'all know me.
Yeah, so because at the beginning of the season, I always laughingly say, like, we don't see guys jumping up and down and swinging their hands around. I feel like that's what we used to see at the beginning of the season. But now I'm noticing that people are looking to him for him to get the call. And once he sees something, he's alerting, and everybody knows what he's alerting. And so I feel like similar to Rodgers, he's almost like he's settling in. He knows what he's responsible for. He can do his job. He can help everybody out. And everybody is paying attention to what he's doing. And to me, that says more about him than anything else. Is he making the plays? Yes. Is he doing other things? Yes. But I always watch how other people react to people, because to me, that tells me what he's actually saying, if it's actually working. And I feel like now they're looking for him to give him the call. And before it was kind of like, is he ready? Does he got this? Like, he's so locked in. I've been impressed with him. And listen, I'm the one that called him soft week 3, 4. I don't remember. And I was just like, bro, like, I need you to step up. Like, you got this, step up. You have all the tools. You can do this. You're always there. Just make the play. Just make the tackle. And every game, I feel like he has gotten better. And I don't understand why people give so much slack on certain things. So it's like, we expect them to be perfect and do everything right every single play. And no one does that.
But you literally just said it.
Nobody does that. But literally no one does it ever, anywhere.
But Oli, it feels like with our fan base that we want or we expect perfection, not just from Patrick Queen, but from literally everyone. Heck, they were criticizing the decision that Coach Tomlin called the timeout because after the fact they ended up scoring. It's like, why would you call the timeout? Now, if he calls timeout and they make a play and it's a good play for us, then it's, hey, man, great job. It's like, yo, it's not always going to work. It's not always going to be right. It's not perfect. Yeah. It's football. It's life, you know? Yeah. But, hey, that still doesn't stop you from trying. You're going to fail at times. Heck, if you're not failing, are you really pushing yourself? Are you really trying to be great? That's how I look at it at times, man. And it's like those lines, they're doing the same thing. They want to be the best in the world. You don't think they want to win a Super Bowl just as bad as we want to win a Super Bowl? Come on now. So those things are going to happen. But to me, man, watching how that last drive, man, just different people having to step up, man. And even coaching staff wise, man, I think we've criticized, or not me personally, but we've seen people criticize the Steelers for having Nick Herbig dropping the coverage, Jack Sawyer dropping the coverage. It's like, yo, Sawyer made a play on that. Did he not make a play today? Right on that last drive? And once again, it's, hey, it can't always be static. It can't always be the same call. Oh, Terrell Lawson, man, he was going through. Let me get something. Okay, let me show you zone. Let me show you. It's like, let me blitz. Let me drop YA blackout, right? Yeah. These are all the things that we talk and get enamored with when we hear about Brian Flores, right? We hear these others. Oh, he does. It's like, our guys cooking too. Our guys, you see in the graph when they talk about how many turnovers we get or how many takeaways we get. I was mad we ain't add to it today. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Come on. Give me another one. But that's how this team is responding right now. And I'm just glad it's December. I'm glad. Shout out to December, man. Shout out to Mark for calling December, man. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Mark, bro. Hey.
Great job, Mark. The whole entire Steelers nation owes you a thank you for being tomorrow was December 1st.
I'm telling you, man. Hey, I don't care what nobody says, Mark. I'm not going to minimize your role. I'm not minimizing what you said because you spoke it. No, me and TaNeisha, we kind of, all right, you're right.
We kind of looked up like,
all right, yeah, I was expecting that. See, but you was dead serious, bro. So shout out to you, man. I don't care what no one says.
You thought I was a little bit crazy. I feel like always the best coaches will, like, when you think that they're really going to come down hard on you, they're a little bit easier than you'd expect. And then when you expect them to be easy, it's like they come down really hard on you. So it's like, that's what, I zig when some people zag sometimes.
Respect on that, man. I like that a lot.
Let me just say, because I did tweet both of you when the tosses were happening. I was like, great, Mark, they're not. Neither one of them is going to let me live this down. Like, I know that they saw the toss and they're like, can't wait to say that.
I think of you every time I see a toss play. I promise.
Same.
Listen, okay? If the tosses work and they are allowing us to win and they're allowing us to move the ball and they're an extension of our run game and they're working, okay. I will be honest, though, and say, today when they were called, at least I was like, I could see the toss play here. Used to, we would call it and it's like on our own 15. And I'm like, why are we pitching it behind the play? Yeah. Today, whatever. And again, I've always said, I'm on team win. So if we do 97 tosses and we win the game, cool. And also, last week we talked about something that can happen out of the tush-push formation. We got that today.
Yes.
With Aaron Rodgers just standing back there. And I didn't know that was the second different variation of something that we have seen out of that. So we've now put two different things on film with
Arthur
that.
Smith.
Yeah. Arthur and then Smith. The second thing is last week we were talking about the toss play to Jonnu. Today they were in the exact same formation. The fact that I know this, I'm so proud of myself. We're in the exact same formation. And then they ran something different out of it. And I was like, in my notes, I was like, I know what that play was. I remember that. Like, and so again, because we talked about that last week. So it's like a reminder that everything is a setup for something to be different. And I loved seeing that different variation. That made me happy because I was like, oh, okay, we're working some things. And it worked. I think both of them worked. Actually, now that I think about it. Mm-hmm. So anyways, I saw those. Yeah. So fine, guys, fine. Have the tosses.
Well, and I'll say this, man, piggybacking on that, when we talk about creativity and we talk about evolution, we talk about marrying concepts. That's what that is. When you say, hey, I've seen this before and this is the play it has to be, and it's something different, that's a win for Arthur Smith because he wants you and everybody to feel like, yep, I know what's coming. Oh, what is this? Mark just said, I zig when they zag sometimes. That's what Arthur Smith was doing today. And I thought that he stayed ahead of, and I hate to do it because it's my dog, Kelvin Shepherd over there with that Lions defense. It was hurting me. I'm like, no, Shep, no, but you can't, but no. But that was Arthur Smith, though, man. He was able to make sure that we stayed ahead of him. I thought that when we were backed up, the ability to get first downs, I thought was beautiful today. Our third down offense, we were connecting. We were moving that football. I thought Adam Thielen came in and made some production for us. We needed that. Move. Shout out to Move. Right? All these different guys. Not always the usual suspects, but people stepping up when it's their number called. That's the other sign of a good team. That's the sign of a team that's coming together. And shout out to Aaron Rodgers, like you said, also becoming more comfortable in this offense. For me, I'm not surprised for Rodgers because, yeah, he's 41. He's an all-world 4-time MVP Super Bowl champ. He's going to pick it up, and it's going to become like a home thing to him, you know, in one season. For PQ, a little bit younger guy, right? So it took him a little bit longer. It took him a year in that system to get fully comfortable. Now you're seeing him run this thing like it's supposed to be run. And those are your two leaders right there. Those are the guys that are directing all the traffic. Those are the beacons of communication for their respective sides of the ball. And it's no surprise that they're playing well, so the guys around them are playing well now. But that's the part when we're talking about in a season, sometimes it doesn't happen in September. Sometimes it don't happen in October. You want to be a group that is hot at the end of the season. So now when you're getting ready for the postseason, now you got all this thing hitting on the right cylinders. And he's like, hey, I know we're going to check this. I know we can show this. I know how to disguise this and go here. Offensively, I know how to build a formation, right? We're seeing motion. We're seeing pre-snap move. And then it's like, oh, boom, power. Oh, run. Oh, toss. Whoa. Wow. All right. Those are the things to me that are really helping this team during this 3-game winning streak right now. And now that I think about it, what was our longest winning streak this season?
I think it's now 3. What we are now, right?
You catch what I'm saying?
Like, I mean, got a little rough there for a little bit.
Usually we were teared off at like 2. You know, like, hey, 2-0. All right, guys, y'all know what time it is.
It's time for that loss to show over here.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. I also, and Mark, I don't know if you have anything, but I looked at my phone and I saw something else that I wrote down. The other thing I really enjoyed is, and maybe you're kind of saying this too, is I feel like I caught myself when I was writing my notes. There's so many different names that I'm writing. It's like I have something for like, oh my God, okay, Clark stepping up. That's amazing. Ooh, I love seeing 22. I think 22 is Porter coming in there and just being ready to go, focus. And then as soon as it was over, he runs off the field. Like the little bitty things. I love the way that we're using Gainwell and Warren now, because I feel like they're also finding their groove and what they do well. And I think we're making up for the lack of some of the things that we have by just being creative. And I love that. And Coach Tomlin going for it on 4th down more and more and more.
Y'all seen it.
Hey, Coach.
Mark, how you feel about them 4th down attempts, man?
This goes back to the Minnesota game way early on in the season, Arthur, when you and I were going back and forth. And then it changed tune. It changed tune against the Colts. And they've been rolling ever since. And I mean, what are we calling it? The Pittsburgh plunge now, I think is what Jim Nance coined it as, with Connor Hayward back there. But you've got a few different play variations that you can do out of that formation now. And when you have confidence that you can execute that in a 3rd and short, 4th and short situation, it's huge.
Yeah.
And it's huge because even if you don't score, it keeps your offense on the field. Like, you convert, and then maybe you do settle for 3 and the drive stalls, but you're keeping your offense on the field, and it's a field position game. And that was something that I thought was pretty big with Boswell missing the field goal at the end, and then even the Darnell Washington fumble, is they still had to go the full length of the field, even though you didn't get points on those drives.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. And just from a defensive player perspective, that is one of the most demoralizing and frustrating things when a team converts on 4th down, because you're like, oh my God, I have another 4 plays that we got to do this again. Get your breath. Yeah. Oh God. Like, that's one of those things that really, like, you feel that a lot. It's like a gut punch at times, just from those experiences. So it's like, seeing now us being able to, with confidence, be able to return that favor, I think that also helps us from a defensive standpoint too, because you're getting more rest. I mean, Mark, you said it, man. Time of possession, we cooked them, right? That whole 3rd quarter, defense was chilling. And I know they booed the Lions offense, but it wasn't because the Lions offense was playing bad. It was because this defense was getting after them. This defense was making Jared Goff uncomfortable. We said coming in, hey, if Jared Goff has time to set his feet 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he is going to murder you. But you make Jared Goff have to move his feet, not be comfortable, and you see the accuracy goes down jeez, 50%, 70%. Heck, he skipping the one to the dudes like 7 yards in front of him. It's like, come on, man. Why? Because the footwork. And that's because of pressure. I thought Jack Sawyer and Alex Highsmith, I thought they both rushed their tails off today, man. Sawyer, the young fella, man, was making plays. He didn't obviously have the big sack, but man, his flashing, his coming around and just making golf feel that. Highsmith, I get the trip, and being a player in that position is like, yo, he's not intentionally trying to do it, but in that moment, it's happening so fast. You're just like, I got to do something. And that's why he's like, yo, it sucks. But good call. But it didn't change the fact that literally the next play, Highsmith is right back there providing more pressure. It's like, that's what you want to see, man. But also, what were y'all perspectives on JPJ? I mean, he had to match up with Amon-Ra St. Brown for a good amount of time tonight, man. How we feel about JPJ's performance?
JPJ might be the most underrated person on this defense right now because everybody just assumes that he's so bad and he's so terrible. And he is playing so well. He's playing so well that sometimes I forget he's back there. And that's the key to somebody playing well for me, because we don't, on the TV, you don't get to see all the guys. Yeah. You don't get to see everybody. And so you only get to see him for that 1 second when the play's happening, and then he's out of the screen. But when he's getting penalties, like last year when he was getting penalties, I felt like I saw him all the time. Because I'm like, bro, if you don't stop holding, like, what are we doing? Now, though, I'm like, oh, right, and JPJ. Like, I feel like he's just doing his job. And I love that for him. I love that for us. Like, just do your job. Be silent and do your job. That's amazing. I think he looks great. I think he might be the most underrated person on this secondary, especially because he's just taking care of business.
What about you, Mark? How you feel about him?
Lions' first drive of the game, they go 3 and out. Second drive, they march all the way down the field, but on that drive, matched up against Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the best receivers in the NFL. He has 2 pass deflections, including the 4th down and goal, which helps turn the ball over on downs and keeps points off the board. That was huge. And I noticed some of the swagger he was playing with and the celebration. I don't know if he's getting that from Ramsey, some of the juice, some of the mojo, but it's something that I noticed in the confidence that he was playing with going up against one of the NFL's best.
I love that. I think Ramsey, sorry, I was going to say, I think Ramsey's so good that every time I see him touch the ball, I'm like, catch it. Like, I don't, like, my expectations for him are so high. But I think that's what Ramsey brings to this team, is that arrogant, like, I'm good. So because I'm good, I'm going to make you good. So get in line. I love that. Yes, please.
Hey, shoot, y'all call it arrogance. I'm like, that's just confidence, man. When you nice, you nice.
I think arrogance and confidence are the same thing.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like, I don't think you ever have to turn down your confidence. Like, yo, if you nice, you nice. Until somebody proves that you're not nice, you're nice.
Play with that swagger. Arthur, there's an old slogan in the South. There's an old slogan in the South. It ain't bragging if it's true. And
exactly. That's
like,
why
if he nice, he nice.
I don't think arrogant is a bad word. Either way that I think somebody being a diva is a bad word. Like, if that's you, own it, live it, be it. like I don't care. Give me 19 arrogant people any day of the week. I'll ride with them any day of the week because we're going to win. I know that.
That's my thing. I'm like, I love Jalen Ramsey's confidence. I love his positional flexibility also, because we talked about it. When we first signed him, man, he was playing outside corner for us. We literally saw this dude bounce around, play man today, play zone today, play middle field safety, play box safety, play nickel corner, play man zone. I'm like, you see them blitzing. I'm like, yo, you're everywhere. And you're still so physical. That's the other part. Because sometimes you see some of these Swifts, Army Knives, and it's more of, hey, man, they're coverage guys and coverage guys only. Watch Ramsey, though. He is hitting people, man. And it's like that type of menacing demeanor back there. It is contagious. You don't want to be the guy, and it's like, yo, Ramsey hitting guys, and I'm the soft tackle. No, heck no, you can't have that. So you watch how Kyle Duggar's popping up. You watch how Chuck Clark coming in, trying to hit folks. You look at how everybody's fun. They're trying to hit you. They want to put pink on you. I'm like, I love this right here. And is it perfect? No, but it's not going to be perfect. But when you're playing fast and you're playing hard, you can make up for the mistakes. And I think that that's also what we're benefiting from. Hey, it sounds where, guys are still creating separation, but watch how hard they're hitting Jamison Williams on a deep 10-yard route. It's like, yo, that zone, I hope you enjoyed them 10-yard catches, because Duggar was coming out of that backfield, say, bow, bombing him. I'm like, you ain't gonna do that too many more times, yo. That adds up. You're feeling that. That's feeling that. Point.
Yeah,
but it also sends a message. Yeah.
Duggar sneaking through for the safety as well. and
Mhm.
timing up the
Absolutely.
blitz at the right time with a young Lions offensive line and experienced offensive line on the interior. And so that's another huge play too in that third quarter where the Steelers have the ball for more than 14 out of the 15 minutes in the quarter. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's the most Steelers thing, though. We had the ball for that long. We scored 2 points, and it was our defense.
You know what it felt? But it was almost like we were giving Detroit a taste of its own medicine. Like I've seen the Philadelphia Eagles do that to other teams.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Pittsburgh Steelers do that to other teams in a long time.
No.
And it's the ability to play an imposing defense, but be able to sustain drives and really to run the football, move the chains. That third quarter, I thought was as impressive of a quarter as we've seen from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I also concede the fact I would not be saying that sentence if Pittsburgh had not hung on and won. I wouldn't be. You can
It's
laugh,
still
but
impressive.
It's
But
No,
it's
no, no.
still impressive.
And I
Win or
think that
loss. That's to have
both
the ball for
things
14
can
minutes
be
a
true.
quarter. Yeah.
Of course,
both things.
of course.
That's part of what makes the Lions the Lions. If the Lions go for it all these times on fourth down, they don't get it. We're not talking about how dynamic and exposed that offense is. We're talking about how dumb they are, how you can't sustain drives, right? When we talk about them, and especially these past 2 seasons, they felt almost like they can't die. They're zombies. It's like they always
That's how
find ways
people
to
feel
win.
about us, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But they're more of the sexy version of it because they can score 30,
We're
right?
grinding.
Right. Whereas we're more of the, oh man, this is like slow burn. I had this. But it's like, yo, we're very similar stylistically. We are very similar in terms of what we want to do. We want to physically pound you out. We want to run the ball. We want to play defense. We want to get turnovers. We want to protect the ball. But those are the things that we typically don't do as consistently as the Lions have done under these past 2, we'll say 3 seasons, right? Whereas this year, though, we showed that today, hey, man, we actually could be the better version of that style of game. And it's really promising right now. That's just from my perspective. It's like, I know we're going to come up with other reasons why we shouldn't be overly excited. Not us, but like the outsiders. Like, hey, man, we shouldn't be that excited. But it's like, how can we not? We're beating all the teams that are talked about being hot. All the teams that are talked about supposed to be finishing a certain way, the playoff hierarchy. And it's like, well, we beat the Baltimore Ravens. We beat the Miami Dolphins, who were on a 4-game winning streak, trying to make their case for this thing, right? That's completely dead now. Then you talk about Detroit, and it was another team that was in a very similar situation to these past 2 teams, and we went in there into their spot. It wasn't like we were at home. When you're at home, you get the benefit of the doubt. Remember what we said about Vegas? Vegas has a 7-point underdogs. 7-point underdogs.
kitchen sink games.
Right?
I mean, the last 2 weeks,
come on now.
Both Miami and Detroit, where it's like they have to win to salvage their respective seasons, and it didn't happen. It's like, they're, especially Detroit now. Detroit's going to need a lot of help on the outside looking in. I know the Dolphins got smoked today too, so they're done. But
shoot, I mean, it's been times where I'm sure a lot of people would prefer the Dan Campbell style of coaching. For me, it's like, man, it was cool to see my guy, Coach Tomlin, still in the face of adversity, go in there and outcoach that man in his spot in a must-win game. Have his team prepared. Have his backups ready to roll. Make sure that his message was clearly delivered through everybody top down. That's the stuff to me that matters. That's the stuff to me that I want to make sure we talk about, or at least gets acknowledged and mentioned. It ain't gonna get, highlighted, but let's make sure we pinpoint that, because I've heard too many times about Dan Campbell. Why we don't have this, be more aggressive. It's like, well, you got to see the head-to-head. What's up?
Hey,
we did the head-to-head with Flores as well. Shout out to B-Flow, but what's up? Like, I like these head-to-heads. I don't want to duck the smoke. We want all that. Whoever you're afraid of, line them up. Like, I'm a curious guy. I want to know if they really like that. So let's find out. And we're finding out right now. You can't run from it, though.
I was very critical of Tua Tagovailoa's play a week ago. He got benched. I will straight up say this. The Lions miss Ben Johnson, who's now over in Chicago and thriving there as the head coach of the Chicago Bears. I'll say
You're
it.
the Chicago guy, Mark. How you
I'll
feel
say
about
it.
the Bears right now,
I'll
man?
say it that both of those things are true. And it's like, look at what Detroit's record is, again, on the outside looking in, to try to make the playoffs and try to jockey for that last playoff spot. Right now, it looks like with Green Bay, with how formidable the NFC North is. You're talking about Rodgers' post-game earlier too, Arthur. His disdain for the NFC North cracks me up.
I loved it.
Cracks me up.
Now, Mark, you're a guy that had to, you got to experience that on the other side of it, though, right? Being the Bear guy. But talk a little bit, though, just because we know we talked about that Bears loss, man. Do we feel different about that, though, as we continue to look at Chicago, as we continue to look at what they're doing right now record-wise? We were talked about how bad we were with Mason Rudolph because we did not beat them. And we talked about really what that thing came down to. Hey, man, if Calvin Austin or Gainwell is lined up on the line of scrimmage and covers up the tackle, that's a first down for Mason Rudolph. But either way, it was a one-score loss. That's an 11, about to be 12-win team, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, I think you feel a little bit differently. But the one thing I would say, too, though, is the Bears, Caleb Williams ties Peyton Manning most fourth-quarter comebacks in a season by a player younger than 25 years old. He is 6 this season. Does that catch up with Chicago at some point? But the thing with Caleb that you saw last night in the win over Green Bay is like when the moments get tougher, he plays and performs at a higher level, which I do think will translate when it comes to playoff time.
He's not afraid of the moment.
I feel differently now than I did then losing to Chicago, just given where Chicago's at right now, fighting for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Well, close scores, late game victories, one-score games or not. We're at the point in the season, we're about to go into week 17, where you are what your record says that you are, where it's like, oh, well, this, that, and the other. And then this is maybe something where it's like, the 7 points Vegas gave the Lions against the Steelers today. And I'm guilty of doing this because I thought that the Lions would win today, to where you give too much respect on past performance and really what the Lions have been last year and the year before versus what the Detroit Lions are right now. Exactly. And so from Pittsburgh's standpoint, your glass half full perspective is what the Pittsburgh Steelers are right now. And right now, what they've been doing in December, it's been impressive, and it gives you hope for optimism. But from Pittsburgh's standpoint, I don't want to look past these next 2 weeks. You got to get into the playoffs first. The AFC North is the weakest division in the AFC this year. I don't think that there's any way of sugarcoating that. From Pittsburgh's standpoint, it's going to be what the Steelers do come playoff time. But with where things are trending right now, it's like you're playing your best football in December. That's some reason for optimism, Arthur. But that's ultimately what this is going to come down to is that one playoff game when the deck restacks, all the records are everyone's 0-0 again. That's what this is going to come back to at the end of the day.
Hey, look.
It is.
I know you're ready to fast forward past the good times to try to get to the doom and gloom, Mark. But hey, you can't fast forward your life. You know who told me that. So stop trying to rush it, man. Don't you rush that. We are 192 wins. We'll get to that. That by then we'll have 194 wins. You feel me? And then I'll be coming up here talking about, hey, they didn't pass somebody else on the list because he only one game behind somebody on that list, right? I just. Well, both.
I'm trying to enjoy my Christmas day, Arthur. I'm not trying to fast forward past Christmas.
You know me, I'm over here just like, yeah, baby. I like going to enjoy this 192nd career regular season win for my dog. Man.
When I was watching, I thought in my mind, I was like, if Moats does not talk about these wins on this recording, I'm going to have a problem with him. I need to hear about all of the wins.
I'm sorry, guys, because we hear about all the losses. We hear about, oh, you can't do the playoffs. Like, cool, man. Get to the playoffs first, though. How many teams don't even make it to the playoffs? Yeah. Hey, man, your record in the playoffs sucks. Yeah, when you don't even get to the playoffs, you don't even get to hear that, right? Hey, heck, I know the Chiefs get a pass. Shout out to the Chiefs getting a pass. When is the last time Coach Tomlin's been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs with X amount of weeks left?
Yeah.
No, Arthur,
I'm dead serious. No, I'm like Arthur, dead serious because the way that we talk as a fan base, the way that we talk about Coach Tomlin, and we, with all due respect, we really get enamored by some of the shiny coaches around the league and what they're currently doing with the pieces they have. But when has Coach Tomlin, first off, had the quarterback like Mahomes and didn't make it to the postseason either, right? Because Mahomes just got hurt. He just got hurt. But even with that, it was like, yo, that's that combo. And to me, I look at Coach Tomlin, what he's doing. It's like, yo, how do you not respect this? How are we always so quick to just, yo, it ain't good enough. And it's like, yo, this is 192 of these things. With who have these quarterbacks been? we just getting Rodgers in at times. Me and you, Mark and TaNeisha, we be like, all right, is this old Rodgers today or is this young Rodgers today? Which one? Is he good cast? I like the white cast Rodgers. White cast Rodgers is balling. That black cast, I'm like, hey, bro, throw the black cast away, bro. Throw the black cast away. I don't want that Rodgers. Exactly. I want white cast Rodgers, all right?
Yeah, I need black Air Force Ones, Coach Tomlin, and white cast Aaron Rodgers. Like, those are the only things I'm okay with at this point. Yeah, the black one wasn't it at all.
Mark, you seen it? Tell me you seen the difference. I'm like, yo, he's been slinging that rock with the white cast. That black cast had his janky. I'm like, hey, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what was in that. Burn that.
They had the stat on the Bills-Browns game in advances.
You see it?
The glasses? With the glasses with Sean McDermott.
Oh, my gosh.
They had the
it's real.
Bills record when McDermott's wearing glasses.
3-3 with the glasses on, bro. We hate it with take the glasses off. Put the contacts in. No, put the daggone contacts in, man.
Like, we have our own things, right? When the game's on, it's like, listen, these are the rules. Like, I'm like that. Like, if I stand up and I go get some water and I come back and we're driving, I'm not sitting down.
No, you got to stand the whole time.
Get this through as I'm standing up before I sit down. Like, come on, guys. Like, mandatory. This is what we're supposed to do. Like,
Arthur, to your point about Mike Tomlin's run with the Steelers and comparing that to the Chiefs, today was the first time the Chiefs have played a meaningless regular season game, meaning there's no postseason positioning or contention in consideration for a game that they're playing since 2014. I was a senior in college in 2014 during that season, so it's been that long. Mike Tomlin's run has been even longer than that when it comes to his 500 or better record as a head coach, as a head coach year in and year out. So it's like you're 19.
Yeah.
I want to get to 10. I'll put it this way. They better get to double digits. I mean, I'll put it that way. I think they will. I like how Arthur's not even tripping on this DK Metcalf suspension, especially because if he is, it's like, okay, you're going up against what is a 3-12 Browns team.
I think we saw the player, but I think we saw the difference in being in the moment and knowing what that feels like, as opposed to us just watching it from the outside.
Because we've been in those situations where fans heckle. Fans feel like they have the green light to say whatever they want without consequence. And the majority of us, we don't have the type of money while we're currently playing to say, F you, I'm going to do what I want to do to you and tell you how I really feel about you. So you have to swallow your pride. Let them say whatever, throw whatever, do whatever, get on social media, say whatever, do whatever, and they get to walk with all the confidence. But on occasion, when you do run across that money man who does got that FU money, they got that Ron Artest in their back pocket. Oh, that gets me going. Because deep down, I get jealous. I'd be like, daggone, I wish I had that $100 million contract when I was playing, because Lord have mercy, y'all would hate me. I promise you. Because it's annoying at times. So annoying.
Arthur, did this happen to you when you were on the road as a player?
It's happened plenty of times, whether we talk high school, college, professionally, man. Buffalo, Pittsburgh, it doesn't matter. That's just the part of the job. And you don't complain about it because you're getting paid, right? And they say, hey, we pay you because we're the fans. It's like, hey, man, what about the TV deal then? All right, I get it. But either way, that's the part where it's a respect thing. And the onus is always on players to be respectful. But on occasion, it's just very refreshing from my perspective when that player gives that fan that act right. Reminds them, hey, bro, you can be touched. You do know that, right? This isn't the zoo where it's like this bulletproof glass and the lion can't. No. This lion can actually come out there and get you if you really wanted to. We're just very disciplined. We're very professional, almost to the point where we question when we're supposed to react. Am I tripping? That's like one of my favorite things. Hey, am I tripping right here? Or because you want to make sure that you don't black out for the wrong reason. Whereas from a fan's perspective, y'all could do what you want, right? And it's all good. That fan could have thrown something on the field and it would have been completely, we see fans run on the field all the time, right? Oh, it's completely fine. Don't worry about it. As a player, if you hit that person though, hey man, you might get sued. Think about that, right? Those are some of the things that from players, it's like, yo, why is it always the onus on us? So on occasion, it doesn't have to happen every time because we don't want anarchy. We're not looking for a ruckus. We want to just play the game and have supporters. That's why you always hear me preach positivity, because that's what I truly want. But we always seem to have this underlying belly of negativity. And that's where we're always trying to meet in the middle. And it's just, from my perspective, on occasion, not often, on occasion though, I just like when, a guy that can afford to remind you. I'll be interested to see who's the next guy that runs with the DK like that. I'm really curious who'll be the next person.
Arthur, I appreciate you sharing your perspective. I just have the mindset. It's just like, don't hit the fans. However, I appreciate your player perspective. I want to take this time to officially welcome Allen Lazard to the Steelers, because if DK Metcalf gets suspended, they're going to need to bring in someone else. The Jets just cut him. We already got Rodgers' buddy Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So this is what I'm manifesting. This was one of my Mark Bergin's half-baked Steelers ideas. But Allen Lazard, welcome to Pittsburgh. And if you want to get me a jersey, I'm a men's medium.
There it is.
Do you have any other half-baked stuff, Mark? Anything?
Always have half-baked. Are you ready?
Let's get half-baked.
Okay.
Let's get half-baked.
That one was a statement with Allen Lazard. We'll see what happens there if Pittsburgh would be interested, because Roman Wilson, Caleb Johnson, both inactive today. Okay. Yeah. And I get with the veteran receivers and all that. Steelers had 2 active running backs today. All right. The other half-baked.
No. 2.5. Jonnu Smith. 2.5.
Yes. I mean, Jonnu Smith toss has helped unlock that in Pittsburgh's playbook. But hang on, we're getting sidetracked here. The other half-baked thought I have is a question: is Kenneth Gainwell the 2025 Pittsburgh Steelers MVP?
I think he's in the conversation. Him, Rodgers, Ramsey. I put him on the conversation.
Yeah. I don't know who, if it's not him, I don't know. If I had a vote, I'm voting for him.
Like, he's heavily in that conversation. Absolutely, he's in the conversation. It's like, I look at what Rodgers has done this year, and especially when we think about our quarterback play since Big Ben hurt his elbow. Have we seen anything close to this?
No, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. I think
of the variables around him too. Yeah.
I think
and I think Gainwell's everywhere. He's like he's like everywhere and everything. And like, just when you need to play, you're like, oh, it's Gainwell. Like, even that catch, the catch that hits his arm. First of all, Aaron, like, it wasn't a dime, but it was a dime, right? Like, how do you hit the man on his arm? Like, how in the world do you throw a ball so perfect to hit a man on his arm when he's on the ground sliding? Like, first of all. Second of all, maintaining his composure, catching the ball, getting up, running in, all of it, like, something about it, like, and it was in that moment where I was like, how are we going to lose this game? Because, like, sometimes things just happen and you're like, did that really just happen before the half? Yeah. So, he's just everywhere.
Yeah, he's a problem.
How much is he making this year? Does anybody know his salary?
No, he's like, I think $2 million, $3 million, nothing crazy.
Wow.
But he's one of those guys that
change.
Yeah, hopefully he's one of those guys that we'll be looking to, do business with to bring him back. But you remember there was the whole Jalen Warren. We had gave that the contract. So that's the whole timetable with that. But based on what he's been doing, I think it would make sense for him to want to come back. But also, he's also going to be playing himself into a lot more money.
True.
So now it becomes the question of, do we keep him from getting to talk to other teams, which means you take care of him first, or does he get a chance to go hear that other offer? And that's where it can get weird, because you can see the production. And it's not just a Pittsburgh thing. He's done this at all his other stops.
Yeah.
And that's the part where we're benefiting from him.
But not to this volume. And TaNeisha, I'm with you. I mean, I had friends texting me after that play that aren't even Steelers fans that either watched this game or saw a replay of that play, and they were like, what was that? And it was like, that's Kenny G, the Pittsburgh Steelers version, not the famous saxophone player that we hear have sweet, delightful tunes this holiday season.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Awesome. But shoot, it's been funny.
I will say this, though, too. I wouldn't say – I think Rodgers is probably your team MVP, but Gainwell's like – he's right there. I mean, when they said it on the broadcast today of like, oh, he's got the best hands, it's like, oh, okay, is this just coach speak? But then they say he has the most receptions on the team. I'm like, wait a second. It's like, oh, okay. I think he's right there. I think it'd probably be Rodgers, but honestly, maybe other than Ramsey, maybe Cam Hayward or see, Derek Carr and TJ Watt haven't stayed healthy.
They ain't played enough. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's
Cam Hayward is like the underrated.
For me, I think it would probably go Rodgers, Gainwell, either Cam or Ramsey in Rodgers is first in that pecking order. I think Gainwell's second, and then you could argue the other two defensively.
Yeah. Like, love what I'm saying from the captain though. Cam Hayward, man, aging like fine wine, man. Continues to play the run at a high level, still can get after it when it's passing time. I mean, just a true football player, a guy that, and the reason his game ages as well as it does is because he's a fundamentally sound player. Guys that understand the details and the fundamentals always last longer than the guys that just went on athleticism, because your athleticism fades. The older you get a little slower. You're not as fast and as quick. But if your hand placement is great, if your pad level is low, if you know how to get out of a stance, flat back, hitting on the rise, you're going to still be able to play at a high level even in your 30. That's what it feels like right now at times. We kept like, bro, how old are you out here, bro? I got to see all this grace. I'm like, Ken, when I first met Ken like a baby. He was a big baby, but he was a baby. I'm like, Ken, you know this girl in your face, bro? Like, God dang, Ken. I'm like, bro, Ken, are you old now? Ken, you're not allowed to be old, bro, because if you're old, what does that make me? You know what I mean? I'm like, no, that's bro, funny. But Cam has been aging like that because of the technique, the details. And that's the other thing when I look at Ramsey, because Ramsey isn't a young player. Ramsey's not year one or year two, but he doesn't just rely on athleticism. He is so freaking smart, man. He puts himself in so many positions to make plays. That's the thing, man, when you're talking about these veteran guys. Aaron Rodgers making all the right decisions, man, pre-snap to post-snap. Why? Because he's a veteran player. He's not just living on, hey, I have a big arm, right? That's what everybody loves about college kids. They got big arms and he runs fast, draft him in the first round. He's going to take us to the very promised land. Oh, yeah, that's the guy. And it's like, no, play quarterback. You have to be technician. You have to understand how to read coverages. You have to understand, hey, man, throw the football away because you don't want to get hit right now, right? You also got to understand, man, it's okay to take the check now. It's okay to just get rid of this ball right here. Give your guy a chance to make a play. If he makes a guy miss in an open field, great, and you could maybe pick up a first down. But if not, hey, it's okay. It doesn't have to be, yo, it's 3rd and 10, take a shot. No, but that's the veteran. Younger guys, they don't always have that. And that's why younger guys, you see them be up and down, up and down. That's just how they play. And that's the part where we're all benefiting from a veteran. Even Kenny G. Kenneth Gainwell ain't no rookie. This ain't his first or second year. He been doing this. That's a champion. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to win. So you watch how he plays. And then you just think of the difference of when we saw the younger guy out there, right? Caleb Johnson, and no disrespect to him, but it's just a different level of confidence because one guy is trying to learn how to do it, whereas the other guy has years of doing it. So it just happens a little bit more natural. You feel a little bit more secure in how you pass block and how you catch the football and what you're willing to do out there. Because the same way we joked earlier, TaNeisha, about Isaiah Bonner, we're like, yo, he's just trying not to mess up. He's trying to run the play. He ain't really trying to make a play. He's just trying to do his job. Yeah. That's the difference between younger players and veteran players. And we are appreciating it because we actually got healthy veterans right now that are making plays for us. And that's the thing that's really been carrying us down the stretch right now. Hopefully it can continue because that's the only concern when you talk about veterans, right? How long until they fall off that cliff and they start to look old again, right? That's what you're playing against. And right now we're benefiting also from Mondays and Sundays, no Thursdays, no short weeks, right? We need to give us our full recovery. So all of these things are helping us out right now. But that to me is the my big concern is like, yo, how healthy can we stay down this thing? Because if we're staying healthy down here, I think I keep saying this, and I know I'm the homer because, you know, I bleed it, and because Coach Tomlin and Rooney's to pay me, I got it all the other things they tell me about. But it's like, yeah, with the way that this group is playing and their style of play, physical, running, creating turnovers, I don't see why that can't continue to carry on into the postseason. I don't see why that can't continue on these next two games. I don't see that.
Arthur, I think the big thing, I'm with you. I think the big thing is going to be these next 2 weeks. Obviously, securing your playoff spot is, you know, the first thing on that list. But then when we get closer, especially when we get into week 18, say, the potential matchups of, and we'll know more going into week 18 of all the different scenarios of, okay, if Pittsburgh wins, if Pittsburgh loses, but then if these teams win, if these teams lose, what that matchup will be come the first round of the playoffs. Because it's like with Rodgers on your side, it's like the only quarterback in the AFC that I'm scared of is against your other former team, Arthur, is the Bills with Josh Allen. Yeah. Now I know that they don't have the defense that they've had in previous seasons, but he's like the X factor where it's like, if he's performing at the highest level, it's like, you can't account for that, right? Like Lamar, Pittsburgh's going to be competing with Baltimore for the AFC North playoff spot. So either Steelers get in or Baltimore gets in. Okay, that's, Mahomes, he's not in it. Joe Burrow, he's not going to be in it. So it's like, other than, maybe if you want to argue Justin Herbert, but like, look at the AFC playoff picture as a whole. Yeah. I'm like, all right, if Rodgers is going to play the way that he's capable of these last few weeks, if he decides to wear the white cast on his left wrist, you have to, like, if Pittsburgh can protect him, that can be a difference come playoff time. So it's like, I'm not saying Pittsburgh's for sure going to win a playoff game, but Arthur, what I'm looking at for what we've seen these last few weeks and the Steelers playing their best football now that we're into December is what does that playoff matchup look like? And it's like, I'll say this, Buffalo, I wouldn't want to go against. Just off the top of my head, I would not want to go up against Houston either. I suppose the Broncos, but I think the Broncos might have the 1 seed. We'll see. They lost today, but Denver's defense looks pretty good. But other than those 3 teams, like if you could avoid those 3 teams, just looking at this right now at this moment of time, following Pittsburgh's win against Detroit, there's not another team where I'm like, oh my gosh, it would be impossible for the Steelers to win a playoff game, just looking at the AFC playoff picture. And again, a lot of that is because the stud quarterbacks that we've seen year in and year out aren't there this year for one reason or another.
Mark, are you telling me Bo Nix doesn't do it for you? He doesn't move your needle? It's Bo Nix, man.
So
like,
you're talking about the veteran experience. He's in year 2, and it's not that he's not capable, but what we've seen Rodgers do to this point in his career with, however many seasons he's been in the NFL, 2 decades worth, versus Bo Nix in year 2.
So crazy.
But I don't know.
How long has he been in the NFL, though? How many years has it been, actually?
See, to me, though, Arthur, that's kind of I still think Denver will probably get the 1 seed. Again,
because they said Jacksonville has a chance right now, though, with them taking the victory. And this is a year.
Jacksonville gets the 1 seed, like, whoa, I'm shaking in my boots. And I know they've played better defensively. I know Trevor Lawrence has played better. I don't mean to disrespect Jacksonville. Yeah. But compared to previous seasons where it's like, you're not going to beat the Chiefs, or if you somehow do beat the Chiefs, then there's Buffalo and Josh Allen when they were rolling.
Yeah. Or you had the Burrow, Bengals, or Lamar and that crazy offense. It's like, no, these teams aren't that right now. And he came in the league in 05. So it's 21 years, dang near. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been here for a minute. Craziness.
But
so what, 2 decades? Wow.
Yes, that's right.
I fear that Denver defense more than I do Bo Nix, Arthur, to answer your question.
No, I respect that then, baby. I definitely could dig that. And obviously, I can sit here and act like, yeah, this team can't lose to any of them. But no, all these teams are capable, right? When we talk about Jacksonville, offensively, they do certain things with Trevor Lawrence, with ETN and company, right? Especially when you talk about the bringing over of Jacoby Myers. It's like, yeah, that offense, that looks a little bit different. But at the same time, it's like stylistically, we play a different brand than a lot of these teams are comfortable playing. And that's the thing that kind of benefits us. But the Buffalo part is obviously interesting just because of their ability to run the football. That's what makes them dangerous, because you can't just focus on Josh. And you even kind of saw that today for the people that are watching that Browns game. It's like, yeah, if you focus on just trying to get them, it's like, yo, they're going to hit you over the head with this rushing attack, man. Them running backs, that's the production right now, man. So the difference, though, is that was the last time that we struggled versus the run, if you think about it. We saw Baltimore right after that with Derrick Henry. We saw Miami right after that with A-Chain. We just saw one of the premier backs, right? Jameer Gibbs. Oh, like this is Sonic. Like, I like Jameer. You feel me? And we talked about, we held it. They have 15 yards rushing. It's like, bro, how you do that for a whole 4 quarters? Wow. So
I think at one point he had like negative.
Yes.
Hey,
it was at one point he had negative, and Amon St. Brown had like, I think 20 yards tops. I was like, ooh.
And this is where injuries stack up, because people could say, oh, well, the Steelers didn't have TJ Watt and Nick Herbig. Well, Detroit didn't have Laporta either, their star tight end. So it's like at this point in the season, again, you are what you are.
It's a war of attrition. Absolutely. Yeah. Can you win regardless of the variables? Nobody cares about what you're going through or dealing with. In fact, other teams are glad that you are dealing with that. So can you find ways to win? Nobody cares that our Broderick Jones is out. Nobody cared. It's like, yo, fine. Nobody cared that Andres Pete was out at one point. Nobody cares. We were still going to curse you out, crucify you if you do not win. Because we expect perfection. Hey, remember, next man up, right? We always say the standard is the standard. The things that we say to motivate, we get thrown back as a, hey, don't you look for no reasons, don't seek no comfort. So it's like, yeah, don't seek no comfort. We don't care about the injuries that other teams have because y'all don't care about the injuries that we have. Find ways to win it right now. That's what they're doing. Now, next week, we know it's another test. Different test, but you still got to answer it. And every week is different. This will be a new test also because this will be one of the first teams that we're playing against now that isn't as hot as some of these other teams. But you know what we're trying to do right now. You don't have a lot of space. You don't have a lot of room for error. You have to be clicking and continue to click. And knowing Coach Tomlin, because I've been in that meeting with him 4 times now, 4 years consecutively in the month of December, he's telling everybody right now, man, hey, it's a team right now that has lost their last game for the season. You want to be that team. You want to be the team that has already lost their last game, meaning you're not about to lose until the Super Bowl and we win it all. That's what that means. Certain teams are going to be that. We're vying for it. December 1st, Mark. Come on, baby. You called it. We looking like it, but that's the thing. It's like, yo, can we keep this momentum up? I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful right now because we're playing some complimentary ball and it's still not perfect. We literally, like you said, we saw Boz miss a field goal. Not a 60, not a 50. We saw Boz miss a field goal. We had Darnell Washington fumble the ball and like, come on, bro. We dropped. I don't want to call it a drop. We just didn't connect on a touchdown pass with MVS, right? It's like, yo, we just didn't connect on it, all right? We just didn't connect on it, all right? I'm just leaving it at that.
Too. That's
fair.
We
didn't connect. It's like, it was both ways. But these are things that we're leaving out there. And it's like, this is the Detroit Lions also that we're playing against. You think you can just leave plays out there versus a team like that? They had 8 wins, same way we got 8 wins, right? They done whoop some teams, and we ain't whooped those many teams. They done whoop, right? In terms of the point spreads. But it just showed that, hey, even though we still weren't perfect today, we still beat a team that a lot of people still had a lot of confidence in. And I'm a Detroit Lions. I like that squad. I like what they do. I like how they play. That never say die. That, man, it's gutter, it's gritty, it's nasty, but we going to find a way. I love that. But it's like, yo, we outdid that in their spot, man. Kudos to the squad.
All game.
Kudos to the squad.
And that the crowd wasn't really a factor.
The fact that they were booing the Lions, the fact that the home team, I was like, ooh, I thought that was a Pittsburgh thing. Wait, what? Shout out.
I feel like first play of the game or first drive when they like 3 and out, it was kind of like after that, I didn't hear them at all until the fourth quarter.
What did you two think about YA Black flipping the bird?
I want my team to play with an edge. Like, I love that. Like, if you want to flip the bird, okay. Like, I always say, just don't do anything to get penalized. Like, so whatever you do, just do it. And I don't care what it is. Just don't get penalized. Because when you get penalized, now you're hurting all of us. But if you have your own little thing that you got going on, go do the thing. If you need that, I want you to do that. Go have fun. Like, whatever. That's why I love all of it.
Arthur's pulling a Romo right now.
He was stretching his finger. I thought he was just guys stretch it out on the cup.
He was just seeing his finger work.
And DK was trying to, the dude had a little something on his chin. He was like, yo, let me get that nacho cheese off you. That's what he was doing. That's you know what I mean? I'm all, I love it all. I'm all for that positivity right there. So we stretch our middle finger out on occasion to make sure keep the arthritis out. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep the joints fluid and loose. I dig that. That's what he was doing, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Nah. Good team guy, man. Good guy.
Good team guy.
Yeah, good
Great team guy. Great guy.
Come on, man. And like I said, DK was cleaning my man up, man. It's like, man, good Samaritans out there. All right, shout out. They should get pay raises for their efforts. That's what they should get.
YA was showing why his team is number 1.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
He just points with that finger versus the main finger. That's all. He tries to be. He zigs and everybody zags. That's what he was doing. Yeah.
You just think everybody's back, just like you, Mark. Y'all are very similar.
Me and YA Black, yeah.
Y'all are very similar. Very similar. Can't you tell, like, in all the similarities between you two?
Spot on, man. Yo, spot on, yo.
Very similar.
I like it. All right, no, on the bet. Oh, go ahead. My bet.
No. I think you're about to say the thing I was thinking of because usually you have your questions for us.
Oh, no. I wasn't on that. No. I was over here like, all right, guys, we're on the back end of this thing. And I was about to hit you with that one. Like, yo, how y'all want to find this shit? Like, which words you want to get off of your chest? Oh, okay. Well, on the edge, we're on the edge of the end of the show tonight, okay? On this 192nd victory for our good coach, Mike Tomlin. Is there any final words that we would like to have on this here road victory? Oh, yeah. Ladies first.
Yes. First word is, hey, Twitter people. Remember all those tweets? Remember all that stuff we were saying? Remember all of those things we've been saying? Remember? I've been missing you the past 3 weeks. So I'm just saying, like, if you would come back out of hiding, okay, if you would keep the sneak dissing happening, all of those things, we need you all, because you all keep us going, and you all keep us, reminded of all the things that are wrong with this franchise sometimes, but we need you and we love you. So come back out of Twitter, come back out of hiding, all of those tweets, all those videos, all those short clips, all those shorts. I used to, read them and like them and be in there and be like, oh, what about? And so, this is just a call to action for all those people that have disappeared over the past 3 weeks. And we're still here. So whenever you want to come out of hiding, you will be welcome with open arms, and we'll act like it never happened. Maybe. That's it.
Salute.
I just missed them.
What you got for us with the cashmere on you, boy? You look good. I'm not gonna let nobody downplay that polo that you got, but you fire with it, all right? You look good, Mark. I'm gonna let you look real good. All right, what you got for me?
Arthur, thank you, and TaNeisha, very well said. I'll go here to look forward. Very happy with the win over the Detroit Lions on the road in a kitchen sink game. But you go into week 17 against a Browns team that has won a grand total of 3 games this year. And they're starting a rookie quarterback in Shedeur Sanders at quarterback. But more importantly, I look at the other side of the ball. Myles Garrett is a half sack away from tying TJ Watt's single sack record. He is a full sack away from breaking said record. I'm fine if Myles Garrett breaks the record. He can't do it in week 17 against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Shout out to that. Even though it would be so ironic when you think about who Michael Strahan broke his sack record against. And then for Myles Garrett to go ahead and break it versus Rodgers. Oh my God. I know it's sick. It's sicking me. I know. But I'm just like, oh my God, I can see this setting up and I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I can see it setting up though. I'm just, but hopefully it won't. Hopefully it won't. All right. Well, I guess my final words are, I'll keep it simple. I was never a math major, but 192 regular season wins and counting in 19 seasons of being an NFL head coach, still actively top 10, and now he is 1 game away from tying the 9th rated coach on that list. Ooh. So, with that being the case, man, hopefully everybody enjoys this victory like I'm going to enjoy it. Hopefully everybody is safe out there, stay warm. All right, and happy early holidays as well. I know we got Christmas coming up. The panel won't be on until afterwards, but Merry Christmas to Yens, all right? Shout out. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And also let us know how you felt. You heard all of our takes. Let us know what you agreed with, what you disagreed with. Stand on it the way that we like to have it stood on, though, all right? And until next time, baby, peace.
Bye, lovely people.